Very simply, the idea here is we have a great audio recognition software, and we're trying to show kids objects, have them pronounce the objects, and sort of enjoy the pronunciation of those objects. What we're looking at here is the two modes of the basic game that we're going to launch first. And without further ado, I'll just get into it. So the game will load, and we'll come to a main screen that will just be about choosing a flashcard. There'll be multiple types of flashcards, numbers, fruit, colors, and more options which we'll get into in a second. Assuming the child chose fruit, they would go to a regular gameplay, which I'll get into in a second. After going through all of the fruit and enjoying themselves with that, they would go back to the main screen and choose another number, or they could come to this more option. The more option would take them to in-app upgrades, where they would be able to purchase additional sets of objects. There's a lot of thinking around what these sets could be. They could obviously be input from lists that of words the child is working on. They could be designer sets of objects that the child is interested in. There are multiple intelligences to work at with this. I'll simplify it just by saying we'll have in-app upgrades. After upgrading, this screen would be updated with those new sets. The child would choose the sets and go into the game. So that's the basic two modes of this game. Let's get into the game and take a quick look at what would happen. Briefly, we have the regular gameplay where the narrator asks for an object. The object is correctly pronounced and then collected on a sticker board, a sort of achievement board, and the gameplay commences circularly like that. Or if it's incorrectly pronounced, hints are given, and if that loop is not broken out of, returned and a new object is displayed. Let's take a quick look. Regular gameplay. A narrator presents an object. There's also a written representation of the phonetical pronunciation of that object. If the kid gets it correctly, they can add that to a sticker board of all of the correct objects they have, which are organized by category. If the kid does not pronounce it correctly, they're hinted by the narrator. The hints are spoken by the application itself, one syllable at a time, so the app starts talking to the kid in this way, app, pull, and if that does not work, you return to the main screen where you're shown another object. Just move on. And that's really the basics of this app.